Update. Okay, now I started a new one. Start a new recording because this is what I want to talk about. The revolution has to start with us. This has got to be a grassroots revolution. And I am not talking about a gun driven, violent dispute. What I am talking about is I am talking about building a consensus of people from the net, from the places where we work. Tell your friends about this show. Tell your friends to join in. You want to talk about how the government is dropping tranquilizers on us? How there's so much pheromones in the shit that they're dropping on us that women are losing the ability to have children? It's their way of dealing with overpopulation. It also does things like creates pheromones. There is a pill out there that women can take, or a shot that costs like $1,000 or $5,000, that allows a woman to have a menstrual cycle once a year. Once a year. My guess is it also has severe side effects that we haven't discovered yet. And when she does eventually decide to get pregnant and stop taking this shot, she's going to come out with something from, my guess is the Road Warrior. The homunculus from the Road Warrior. You know, he was the big buff dude with the hockey mask. Flux. Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be really cool. Mainly because we're not having kids. We know it. Okay? You're not having any kids. I'm not having any kids for one sole reason. I can barely take care of myself. But I do want to create a better world for my niece and nephew. I want to create a better world where they can grow up and not have to worry that their sperm and their eggs are going to produce the Addams family. Cousin It. You know, Cousin It might be really cool. I don't know. But I'd rather have a functioning human and a society that grows at a slower rate. Tu capisco? Do you understand? Here's Snoop, who says the biggest problem with the polar bear survival right now is declining fertility among females. That's even worse than the fact that the polar ice caps are shrinking. Right? What's happening with that is these fucking polar bears have to go out and swim further out to get food for themselves and their families, and they're drowning before they make it back, and their families are starving. But what's even worse than that is the females aren't producing offspring. We are losing species on this planet at the rate of something like 25,000 per day. We are outnumbered on this planet by something like 1,000,000,000 to 1 by bugs. Bugs are important in the chain. If we kill the bugs can't do their jobs, which is make the flowers grow, which is they can't do their jobs, which is to feed the other fucking bugs, which make the trees grow, and the pollen to fly, which makes other plants, and we won't have food. Okay, they've broken everything down. We now have genetically enhanced corn that'll grow anywhere. Great. And they're saying it's going to solve world hunger. That's really good. Except the only thing we're going to have to fucking eat is corn. And corn syrup, which is bad for us. What is it that you people don't get about this? We are being programmed to be consumers. They are actually giving us less and less and less to consume. As far as foodstuffs go, we're pretty much down to sugar and starch in our and salt, excuse me. Sugar, starch, and salt in our supermarkets. You walk down any aisle in a supermarket and you think to yourself, oh my God, look at all this choice. Look at everything. I've got 15 different tomato sauces to choose from, and each one is slightly different. And so it You get a little niche market. Bertolli sauce is different than Prego sauce, which is different than ragu, which is different than Mama Barilla or Barilla. But they all have the same ingredients. And they all have a lot of salt. And they all have a lot of starch. Wow, I can get 16 different kinds of pasta. I can get 22 different kinds of bread. I can get 26 different kinds of bakables. That's all starch. Look, I got 14 different kinds of oil I can choose from. Those are fats, dude. It's oils, fats, and salts. But wait, there's more. Look at this. I got corn tortilla chips. That's corn and fucking oil and salt. Or I can get ice cream. Or I can get milk, which has been sweetened with chemicals and thickened so that it's thicker. So that I think I'm getting more for my money. And then we have TV shows, which ingeniously do what's called product placement. And people pay for this. That's so their product is featured like on the hills amongst these beautiful kids, you know, who have mommy and daddy's $100 million houses and no fucking responsibilities and no fucking true intelligence and nothing going on. But they got their, you know, Bauer watches and their Montblanc pens. You know, and they drive around in daddy's Mercedes. And it becomes symbols of status and social standing. If you don't have what I have, you are not as worthwhile as I am. I get it, dude. I get it. I am an entertainment TV junkie. I love the latest and greatest television systems. You know, I want a 3D TV. I want one. I do. Because I saw Avatar in an IMAX 3D. And it totally shifted the paradigm. You're going to see a bunch of 3D movies coming out over the next few years. But what they got to do is bring down the price of the 3D TVs so they translate to home. Because that's where the real fucking market's going to be. Okay, but it's another toy to keep us distracted. I know it. I'll tell you the truth. I haven't been watching TV in like the last 3 weeks. I have no clue what's going on. I haven't even watched The Daily Show with Jon Stewart, which, by the way, is where I got my news. Because it may not be a complete story, but at least it was true. You know? And it looked at it the way I would look at it. Snoop Monkey says the media is working hard to infantilize all American minds. Dude, media doesn't have to work that hard anymore. We are getting that stupid. Now I'm going to stop recording in about a minute here. Okay, I'm going to keep broadcasting, stop recording, and I may record one more segment. But then during the break, though, I honestly got to tell you, I got to pee. Okay? So I will be right back right after I stop this recording. And Snoop Monkey, the truth is, we have no independent media anymore. Not really. And I know, Flux, you're going to take umbrage to that because you are an independent internet news guy. Excuse me? Yes, I know. I knew you were going to take umbrage with that. Okay? And I'm going to talk to you specifically when I get back from taking a pee. And I'll tell you why, but just hang on.